ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lachlan Aldo, and welcome to Drummers Lounge. And I'll be co-hosting with a very handsome, Nigeria's finest drummer boy.
Thank you very much.
Allow me to finish my introduction. Thank you.
Sorry.
Drummer boy, Stanley.
Ginger. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Like you heard I say, I go by the name Drummer Boy Stanley, your girlfriend's favorite drummer. And yes, we are on another episode of Drummers Lounge brought to you by Flystickz. And this one is very special for me because I have a special guest that is not just a friend to me, it's not just a big brother to me. He's a mentor and a coach. But I'm not going to be doing the introduction. Luckily, I will let you do that because if I start to introduce, bros need to take me serious. So I will let you do that aspect.
Okay, so today we're very privileged to be sitting with a very young, handsome, enterprising producer, now turned business executive, Mr. Perez.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, VC Perez in the building.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to be here. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, the first question I would like to ask you is as regards your journey, because it's an interesting one from being a producer, a music producer, to a business executive. Can you take us through that journey with you?
It's a long journey, actually, and the beauty for me is you just know when to move to the next thing, Not that you're not really like you're tired or something, you're just, okay, what's next? I mean, see, Drummer Boy Stanley is here now. He's now an anchor. He's hosting. So he's moving ahead. He's in front. I think it's brilliant, and I think that's what life is about. Just know when, to recreate or regenerate yourself, just so that you're not a story.
Okay, so just one more thing. I have many more questions, don't mind me. So the next question is, what business are you into right now? So can the audience know what you do right now?
It's important
okay.
to...
I do a whole lot of business. In fact, people ask me, what do? I tell them I do my best. I'm a partner in a fitness business. We own a gym. It's called Bodyline Fitness and Gym, So I do.
So I have a free subscription.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Then I have a media branding business. We do. It's called Soundmind Africa concept. So we do branding.
Is the music is going with you everywhere?
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, there has to be that, And we do a whole lot of things, a whole lot of businesses.
So Lachlan, permit me to just ask one simple question because Perez is just here for me. So guys, see, I want to say something real quick. Way back. In Abuja, when there was this church called Father's Church, and I was a member of the church, and the first time I went to the church, one Sunday, I saw somebody playing the drums, and yes, it was Uncle Perez, and he just looked at me, you this stubborn and that's how, when you see
stubborn.
So when you see Perez and myself, Perez is always stubborn boy. You go if you play this drum. So now, looking at that time till now, Perez has been into different things. So I want to ask Perez one honest question, bros. Why you stop to play drums? Tell me the truth to make God know reason you for it.
I don't say you go play better. The drum go help you. So I'm like, just give this boy the sticks. Let him help himself. But to be honest, I think the first time I met Stanley, if you know him, is always 100%. He gives his all and everything. And I was even queried for them because normally they allow you play on Sundays, the main drummer. And then the other ones, they don't allow you. So one Sunday I was like, man, this boy will play. And after that day was fantastic, and I'm like, this, But moving on, after a while I got bored, I started doing the sound engineering, mixing, then we started doing production. I've always wanted to own businesses. I've always wanted to do something that I don't have to be there for it to give me money, so...
So, bros, money no dey the thing, don't be say, just talk as it be.
Them money no dey. No let talk,
Because you're a very realistic human being.
Because, man, I said, then, honestly, I told me, remember Pastor Mecca then. He's like, why don't you play drum? Why you not play drum? I said, I've closed my eyes. And I can't see myself playing drum and having a wife and children. He said, it's a lie. You should see, check other people. I said, me. I didn't see it. And honestly, I wasn't playing drum when I got married. So even though that was part of what made her like me, the
I hear girls like drummers though.
Yeah, that's what's
they
up.
see
That's
energy.
I mean, imagine. Let me not say this thing yet. I want to say that. Imagine
they see energy, but it's been a journey, and honestly, it wasn't this way. Yeah. I'm like so proud of Drummer Boy Stanley, proud of what they're doing and everything, So it was a different. Then the only major employers of drummers were the churches, and any good drummer today will tell you somehow started from a church. I mean, these days we're having different kind of music. The Bona, the Davido, they do proper music. Then the only drummer for the other people has to be Tumba. It has to be Tumba. Do you understand? And they are not rounded, with all due respect. Then they could play one particular style, So the people that could give you different genre has to be the church music. I mean, we're here now.
Okay. Guys, we have a surprise for you in-house.
Yeah, but before the surprise, I was going to ask one more question, please. So, Perez, I mean, it's still about what you just said, but just like a little build-up. With looking at what the world is today and the opportunities that we have, what would you say to drummers or musicians? Because, I mean, there are a lot of opportunities out there, like you rightly mentioned, And when you started, I literally watched you change from being a drummer to a super producer back then. Then, of course, I'm not surprised that you're a business executive now, because you've always wanted to be that guy that you want to own a business, and be a boss. So what exactly is that thing or what are those steps you were taking, those conscious steps? Because one thing for us as drummers, and one of the things we look out for in this show, is to be able to pass the right information to the drummers out there, and musicians generally, as the case may be. And you have evolved from being a drummer, of course still a drummer, to where you are now. Yeah. So what are those steps,
I think just give yourself to learning and improving yourself, Just give yourself to learning. There's this deception, especially for the entertainment people. After a while, you feel you just want to do everything that has to do with that particular field. You just want to be, and sorry to burst your bubble, you can't be the best drummer.
True.
You can't be the only drummer. So I always encourage people, like what you tell me encourages me to. After a while, find someone that you can impart your knowledge to. So once I knew that I couldn't play drum more than Stanley anymore, I had to find something else.
I be tell your shit.
So just try, and beyond building yourself, don't get consumed by just you. Just try and also have someone that you can pass knowledge into. So that gives you strength to want to push to be more. And for me, just keep learning. True. Keep learning, keep improving, keep thinking of ways to do things better, and with that.
All right, thank you for that. So, Lachlan, what do you have to say?
Okay, so I was going to say we have a very special guest in-house, and we'll be surprising you with a very cute performance from an amazing drummer, because we're about showcasing creative people to the world. So, ladies and gentlemen,
let's make welcome Jeremiah. Bro. See the way they shout. Bro. Come on. Bro.
That was awesome, bro.
Jerry, can you see my smile? Can you tell me what the smile means?
Normal good day, mind yourself.
That performance was super amazing.
You want to tear my shirt?
It was energetic.
Drink.
It was powerful.
Thank you so much, Jerry. That was really good.
Good.
I mean, Jerry, you're sitting close to Perez, and I'm sure you'll want to ask 1 or 2 questions, but we'll not give you the opportunity. But that was really cool. Just to ask you one question, Jerry, what really inspires you as a drummer? You know, just in 1 sentence or 2 sentences, if you can just say what really inspires you as a drummer and keeps you going.
Okay, so I've been a lover of music from birth, because my mom sings, and most times, when we were young, then whenever she's going out for events, she would just take me along. So then I was like watching her drummers and people that goes out with her then. So from there, I started picking interest from drumming.
Woo! Good. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeremiah in the building.
Yeah.
And that was an electrifying performance. All right, so back to you, Lachlan.
Okay. So I was going to ask you, being that we have a drummer sitting next to you, so you have to give us your most honest opinion, because this is a conversation that's been ongoing for a while now. Do you think that drummers should be entitled to publishing splits?
Wow, that's a big one.
Oh, he's already nodding.
That's a big one in this environment. Yeah. Now, for bands that are bands, known as like it's a band, right? It should. Okay. But for the way it works here, like the artist owns the music and pays the band member, so they don't co-own the project. Like the project belongs to the artist, yeah. But in a situation where like Jeremiah and some singers, they come together and to form a band, and they own a content, you know, in that situation you share the split because it belongs to all of them.
So at the end of the day, drummers should look for more than just being the drummer.
Yes,
playing.
It's dicey. Like I said, in this environment, let me give an example. If Lagbaja now tells Jeremiah to play for him, Jeremiah cannot demand for a split from Lagbaja's project.
Okay.
Do you understand? Because the project is centered around Lagbaja. So the best Jeremiah can do in this environment is to bill Lagbaja the biggest amount. So I want to be paid so amount, you know. That solves your problem, because if you say you want Lagbaja to give a split from his own shit that we don't even know, the split shit is what we get from foreign publishing sales, not even from local sales. So he might tell you you might end up working for 5 years and you don't get anything, because he'll tell you he didn't recover anything from international sales because he's doing more of the gigs here.
So let me ask you, sorry for cutting you, let me ask you a direct question. What if the drummer is a writer? What if the drummer is also a producer?
If the drummer contributed to the project.
Yes.
Okay.
If the drummer contributed to the project, if Lagbaja doesn't see him as one of my staff, but like this guy, this drum pattern was created by Jeremiah, then he deserves a split. But if Jeremiah is working with Mr. Lagbaja as a drummer, you can't, Baba, you go collect split, or more Conga go collect split.
There's a lot of sense that he's saying, because talking about employment and, let's not go into the legal aspect of it, but talking about employment and other things is making a lot of sense. However, if you're in the production room when music is being recorded and they tell you, Jeremiah, sit on the drum, collect your split.
Yeah, because you
contributed. Yeah. So this is like free tip to you. Drummers Lounge.
So, Lachlan, I mean, is it safe to say that musicians should strive for more? Because at the end of the day, we have drummers that just want to be drummers. So, from this platform now that you have, and I believe a lot of drummers will be having, the message is you can be more, right, Perez?
Yeah.
And you should strive to be more, so that you can get good brief, you can get good money, because there are many streams of income you can create, and publishing is one of it, right?
One of it.
True.
Let me throw light to what she said. So, in this demanding for publishing, there are two ways to it, right? If you came and they say, Baba, take 50K, and you collect that money, you can't legally still demand for publishing sometimes because they feel they've paid you off. And that's where most of our musicians get it wrong, because in that process of negotiation, they entice you money and pay you off. Basically, you know, like, oh, take 100K. Thank you. So I can't pay you 100K and 3 months down the line, you're asking me for a split.
It still depends. That's why it's important to have your lawyers around you.
Yeah, because
so if you have your lawyer
So if you
around
want a split, make it clear to make it easy. Just don't collect any money from the producer.
you can, depending on your negotiation
Yeah, because
strength.
I was going to say something.
You can take money and still take your split.
Yes.
Depending on how well
Yes.
you
You
negotiate
can,
that
but I
bargain.
mean,
yes, by understanding, don't put yourself in a dicey position.
in that situation where they feel...
Yes, if it's not written down that you pay me this
Lockley, let me ask you, please, let's be very clear. Is there a rule that is clearly stating that the drummer or whoever that is involved when that project is being made is entitled to publishing? Now, this is what I'm asking, because you said when you get that money as upfront, you are not entitled to it. But I've seen a producer, I don't want to mention his name, he will tell you that he will collect his money. His lawyer will come for you.
If we go into this, we'll be delving into legal. Because don't forget that on every song, there are basically two rights. You're talking about the sound recording and talking about the composition. There are two different things. So as a producer sometimes is entitled to revenue from sound recording and also from the composition itself.
Okay.
True.
So you have to understand
Because
where you're coming in. As a drummer or as a guitarist in the recording room doing your job there, like sometimes if they pay you, you can accept that this is my contribution to the sound recording, and then you say for my contribution to the composition. Because if you look at the split sheet, you'll see on the split sheet you see author and you see composer. Author, lyricist, composer, musician.
It's the music.
So that's enough for the free advance.
Yes. Come on, that's enough. I mean, the moral of the story, guys, there is more. Go double your hustle. Don't dull. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much, VC Perez. It's been an amazing time sharing this moment with you. Thank you, Jeremiah. Me and you go talk later because it's here my shirt, so you will explain, you know. Thank you so much, Lockley. And that's a wrap, guys. See you some other time.
Our game.
Yes.
So we're going to play a game for yourself and Jeremiah. It's called Song Association. We'll give you a word and you give us a song with it. So
I did the first one, so you did this one. You get it.
I'm thinking maybe us.
Okay.
Let's make it simple.
Okay.
Jeremiah will start. With the star
Give us a song that has lady in it.
Any song.
Yes, that has lady in it. You don't have time, oh.
Lady, oh, my lady, oh.
Yeah, you know sing. I know sing out to timing. Lady, I withdraw.
You're a producer. I'll make it a bit.
Tough for anyone. I won't spell.
Let me tell you.
Give us.
Give us a song with.
What's that? Okay, give us a song with in Yoruba word Ololufe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. See you some other time.
Thank
Peace.
You. Bye.
Thank you.